All right, holy moly, look at this. We have we call this a 3 by 3 because we have three equations and three variables. So could you look at that and try to figure out what numbers to plug in there? Maybe you could, maybe you couldn't, right? So what probably the easiest thing to do is my eyeball looks at this very first column, and I notice all of those are x's. And so if I could make one a negative x, then that would be cool, right? Because we could use that whole addition method where we could get rid of a variable. So let's do something like that. So in other words, what if I took this entire equation and multiplied it by -1, and then I added it to the first equation. So let's do that over here. I'm going to rewrite this first equation, x plus y plus 2z equals 1. Now the second equation, every single term is going to be multiplied by -1. So in other words, a positive becomes a negative, positive becomes a negative, positive becomes a negative, and then that -6 becomes a positive. Now adding these together, look how nice that was, right? We actually eliminated two variables, and so I get -7z equals 7, and thus z equals -1. So that's really nice. All right, well, let's do the same thing. Let's take this next equation and add it to the first one, but multiply everything by -1. So once again, I have my first equation, plus 2z equals 1. My second equation, I'm multiplying everything by a -1. Everything by a -1. Add these together. That cancels, so that's nice. I get -2y minus 5z equals 3. And you might say, but hey, we got that. Well, look over here. Remember, we just solved this, so why not plug in -1 here for z? And then I could solve this for y. So let's do it. -2y minus 5 times -1 equals 3. I get -2y plus 5 equals 3. Subtract 5 on both sides gives me -2y. 3 minus 5, -2. And then finally divide both sides by -2, and I get y equals 1. We are almost home free. All we need to know is what x equals. So I probably would go back up here to my favorite equation. Oops, that wasn't very good, huh? And plug in everything I know. So y is 1, z is -1, and now solve this for x. So I get x, -2 plus 1 minus 1. Add 1 to both sides, and I get x equals 2. So therefore, our solution of x, y, z equals 2, 1, and -1.